He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Thank you for joining me. How are you doing today? Happy Wednesday, wherever you're joining us from. Thank you for being here. I am glad, and we are back for another story, another one brought to you today by CANDLEWICK Press, and this one is called, yes indeed, The Cookie Maker of Mavin Road, and this one is by Sue LAWSON and Liz ANELLI. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. I hope that you're ready for this one. I hope that you enjoy it. I think you will absolutely love it. This is about to become a favorite for your bookshelves. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Good morning to you, the cookie maker of Mavin Road. Get ready for this one. Thank you so much for joining in. Please, as always, let me know where you're joining in from and who is joining in with you. Thank you for being here. And the rain here in Oakland is about to let up today, and it'll be back Friday. I hope that you are well where you are. If you're close by here, I hope that you're staying dry and enjoy a day outside today. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. The Cookie Maker of Mavin Road is coming up, and this one we're reading with permission of CANDLEWICK Press, and this one is written by Sue LAWSON and illustrations by Liz ANELLI. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. Welcome, get comfortable, get cozy, and indeed we will be getting started with this one very, very shortly. Thank you for being here. I hope that you are well indeed. Thank you, thank you. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy a wonderful story. And of course, before we get started too, I just wanted also to just highlight the amazing Chriselle Bell, who's doing amazing work out in Long Beach, California. If you need some woolen clothing or something, hats, scarves, she is the person for you, and you can find her indeed at Chriselle Bell. Yes, indeed. So please do check out Chriselle. Find the links on Storytime platforms, and of course find her on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for joining in today. Let us see who is with us this morning, ready to enjoy Storytime. Good morning to you. How are you doing, Sarah and Nathan in Illinois? Indy, 2 days in a row. I am so happy you're here with us today too. Indy the cat is here listening in from a warm sunbeam. Oh, that just sounds so amazing. That sounds like a story on its own. Thank you so much for joining in today. Sarah and Nathan, Indy finding the perfect spot, and of course Amanda West. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Good morning to you, Chriselle. How are you doing? And of course Rocco and Clay, thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely love it. Thank you for being here. I hope that you are having a wonderful time out in Long Beach. Yes, good morning to you. Welcome to Storytime. Good morning to you, Abraham. How are you doing? Nana, Rachel, how are you doing today? And of course, Terry, good morning to you. Welcome to Storytime. Abraham wants to eat a cookie for breakfast. Oh, yes, indeed. All this talk about cookies, interrupting chicken and cookies cookies for breakfast, and we're back with more cookies today. Abraham, I hope you get your way. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Welcome, welcome. Yes, indeed, we're getting started with our story for today, The Cookie Maker of Mavin Road. And this one is by Sue LAWSON and illustrations by Liz ANELLI. And of course, we're reading it with permission of CANDLEWICK Press. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I absolutely love it that we're here together. All right, get comfortable, just like Indy today. Get comfortable, get cozy, and join me on the other side of this message. Thank you for being here.
Hola, my name is Shamile Sayed Mendez, and I am the author of Where Are You From, Foodia, and many other books for young readers. You're watching Story Time with Mr. Limara.
Thank you, Shamila. Welcome back to Storytime, The Cookie Maker of Mavin Road. And this one is written by Sue LAWSON, illustrations by Liz ANELLI, and of course, we're reading it with permission of CANDLEWICK Press. A big thank you indeed to them for allowing us to share this wonderful book here on Storytime. And of course, find it where you find books. Of course, find it at your local library. Use those libraries. All right. But for now, we're about to enjoy it here on Story Time. Here we go. What is your street name? My street name is actually boring. It's 36th Street. I wish I had a more fun name than 36th Street, but I love it anyways. Here we go. The Cookie Maker of Mavin Road. I like that. Sue LAWSON and Liz ANELLI, and of course reading it with permission of CANDLEWICK Press. Benedict Stanley and his cat, Audrey May, live at 23 Mavin Road. Each morning, they greet their neighbors, but ears are too full and mouths stay closed. Perhaps tomorrow, Benedict Stanley sighs, and every morning they're there. Good morning, hello, lovely day. But nobody answers. Oh, we'll try again tomorrow, for sure. Benedict and Audrey May patter and plant until legs weary and shoulders tire. From the patio, they watch the comings and goings on Mavin Road. I kind of like that about my window too. I can see all the way to the street. Like to watch what's going on. Everybody that skates past, rides by. I like your cat, says a young neighbor one morning. Benedict smiles. Her name is Audrey May. I am Rory. The Tooth Fairy is visiting me tonight. Did you know? In his kitchen, Benedict Stanley reaches for his wife's recipe book. He sifts and folds, shapes and bakes into the evening. Oh, I want to be in that kitchen. Abraham, this is the kitchen you should go to today. Cookies being made. Before the joggers puff and the walkers strut, Benedict and Audrey May make a special delivery. Are they at your doorstep? I'm moving to Mavin Road right now. Each morning after that, Benedict and Audrey May deliver cookies along Mavin Road. Shortbread when triplets arrive home. Chocolate chip to welcome new neighbors. And ghosts and gauze for Halloween. Who is making these cookies? Everybody wonders. Someone kind, says Rory. Who is it indeed? Everybody wonders. But one person knows the secret. Benedict and Audrey May make cat cookies with carrot eyes after a kitten rescue. and soccer cookies after a tournament. Tastes good from somewhere good, Rory says. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, look at all those smiles. One evening, an aching and snuffling Benedict Stanley shuffles to bed. Oh, the dance reciter cookies stay on the cooling rack. There are no bike cookies after a ride without training wheels. Oh, and no ambulance shortbread with sherry lights after a tumble from the roof. Where are the cookies today? Is Benedict Stanley okay? Benedict Stanley wheezes and sneezes. Audrey May prowls and yowls. Where is the cookie maker? Everyone on Mavin Road asks. Perhaps she was just visiting. Perhaps, they think. Where is the cookie maker? They ask some more. Maybe she's on vacation, they guess. Rose petals fall and cabbages wilt. Outside Rory's house, a cat prowls and yowls. Everybody wonders. It's Audrey May, Rory says. Oh. Audrey May to save the day. Later that afternoon, Benedict Stanley shuffles down the hall to answer a knock at the door. Audrey May came visiting, Rory says. And look who's with Rory. Oh my. Oh. Oh. Isn't that lovely? Whole community together. In the sunshine, Benedict Stanley and Audrey May watch while the neighbors patter and prune, laugh and chat. Oh. That's how it should be. In the sunshine, Benedict Stanley and Audrey May watch while their neighbors patter and prune, laugh and chat. Oh, that is so beautiful. By New Year's Eve, Benedict Stanley feels much better. Oh, yay. Audrey May watches as Rory and their friends sift and shape. Benedict Stanley sprinkles and swirls and smiles. Oh, yes, indeed. And for you out there, well, Benedict Stanley and Audrey May's basic cookie recipe is included in the bag. So find this book so you can make those cookies. And maybe it can just be breakfast, cookies for breakfast. The end. Oh, thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. I absolutely loved that one. I hope that you enjoyed it too. And that one is called The Cookie Maker of Mavin Road. Yes, indeed. Great lessons in there for us too. A wonderful, wonderful community coming together. And of course, the importance of checking in on each other. And of course, we know that mental health is so, so important right now. Check in on your neighbors. Yes, we might not be able to get too close right now because of of the conditions that we're living in, but we can still say hello, we can still phone in, we can still look out for them, look out for those animals in the neighborhood and everyone else. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and I hope that you have all the love and all the community in your life. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time today. A heartwarming book indeed. This one bringing community together, bringing everyone together, celebrating the beauty of our communities. Let us always remember to play our part, even though others may not seem to. Let us do our part. Just do all the very best that you can, and everything will be okay. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. The Cookie Maker of Mavin Road. This one by Sue LAWSON and Liz ANELLI. And of course, we read it with permission of CANDLEWICK Press. A big thank you to them. We've had so many books from them coming over the weeks. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. I am glad you were here for that one. But you know what? Story time is not done. We're back with another exciting story tomorrow. And this one, I want you to be here. I hope you'll be here for this one. Time for Bed, Old House, a clever and indeed heartwarming book. I love it, and I'm sure you will too. Time for Bed, Old House. Join me tomorrow and find out what Isaac and Grandpa are up to tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining in. Another one coming to you from CANDLEWICK Press. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. This has been Story Time for today. Always a pleasure to be here together. Always a great thing to be here together. I enjoy it so much. My heart is full. Thank you so much for being here on Story Time. I wish you the very best. Thank you for joining in. Let us see who is with us this morning, joining us. Rikia, good morning to you. Feel better, sweetheart. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time, and hopefully see you very soon back in the classroom. Thank you so much for joining in today. And Betty Deshay, thank you so much for joining in as well. Thank you for being here on Story Time. Good morning to you right here in Oakland. Thank you so much for joining us, Terry McLeod, and of course Abraham, Nana, Rachel, and Terry. Thank you one more time for being here on Story Time. Abraham, how is the cookie hunt going right now? And with the perfect story place, thank you so much for joining in, Indy the cat, and of course Sarah and Nathan. Thank you for joining us from Illinois. Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining in today. Glad you are well. Glad you're here for Story Time. Have a wonderful day indeed. Thank you so much for joining in. All the way out in Long Beach, California, joining us today as always, Clay, Rocco, and Chriselle. Thank you so much for joining in. Absolutely love it. And I want to be trying here on Story Time to promote small businesses, to promote independent businesses owned. So please do support those small businesses out there. And if you are here today, remember too that I was mentioning and talking about Chriselle Bell Crochet and Knits, and do find everything that she has to offer, from hats to scarves and many more. So thank you for joining in Story Time, and I hope that you can check out Chriselle Bell. Thank you for being here on Story Time. Absolutely love it. I am glad you are here. Thank you for joining in for this wonderful story today that we had. The Cookie Maker of Mavin Road. Yes, indeed. The wonderful community of Mavin Road. Yes, let us take time to slow down. Slow down. As you can see in this community, everybody was hurrying by, but Benedict was there watching. Benedict Stanley and of course Audrey May were watching and slowed down and brought their community together. So let's take the time. I hope that you find the time to slow down, take care of yourself, take care of your mental health, take care of your physical health, check in on your neighbors, check in on your friends, and indeed a hello could make a whole world of difference. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. Absolutely love the time that we spent together, and I hope that you have a wonderful time. And of course, if you missed this Story Time or you're joining us late, remember that you can always catch Story Time twice in a day or even more. You can catch us at 7 a.m. Pacific time for the live readings, which is right here, right now. And of course, you can catch us at 11 a.m. Pacific time as well. And of course, you can always check out our archives on YouTube and our Facebook page. So do join us on all those platforms. But of course, use your local libraries as well. Find those independent booksellers and get your books as well. Thank you so much for joining in Story Time. This has been story time till today. Much love to each and every one of you. I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye. Oh, and before I go, good morning to you, Miss Ingrid. One more time saying enjoyed the story so much. Thanks for sharing. Oh, absolutely. Thank you for your good vibes. Thank you for being here, Miss Ingrid. Absolutely appreciate you. Say now I need all I need is a homemade cookie. You and Abraham today, go to Mavin Road and enjoy some cookies. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
I just can't wait to be hearing.
I'm Meenal Patel, and I am an artist, designer, and the author and illustrator of Priya Dreams of Marigolds and Masala, and you are watching Storytime with Mr. Lamada.
It brings to life your favorite stories with this great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some with people who look like me, others very different from the way that I look and think. Read me all of your stories. Read me all of your stories. Some stories from far away, others right here in my neighborhood. Story time. Ooh. Story time. Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.